It's the cold hard truth. Everyone really want to know what's going on with her show. Just get on the air and you will know it's Sandra. The queen of the mile road is here, helping people from everywhere. Get on the phone and you will hear Sandra. Now she will tell you how it goes, but don't you ever step on her toes, 'cause you will hear the cold hard truth from Sandra. They say she's the hero in town, helping people from all around. You get a call, your money is found, it's Sandra. Some will call her late at night just to say that there's a fight, and she will not just leave it alone. She'll get up and call on the phone, and when politics starts on her show, everyone really wants to know the way the things will really go with Sandra. Some will start to criticize, get on the show and tell pure lies, but soon they will realize it's Sandra. And when they start to argue again, she'll pull the heads to the wind, and soon you will be a friend of Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. Every day, everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day, everyone got to hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day, everyone got to hear from Sandra.
Yeehaw! All right. Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. Is it just me that be tapping my foot to that song? Oh, yeah, honey child. It's a beautiful song. Big shout out to Berman Scott. He's actually written 2 songs for me, bless his heart. He's such a wonderful musician, writer, artiste. Very, very talented indeed. How's everybody doing this morning? Hello. We're heading straight into December. I mean, December is here. We're headed towards Christmas. Isn't it amazing and wonderful? Keyman Thanksgiving is coming up this weekend for those of you who'll be partaking. I will not. I'm going to save up my caloric intake for Christmas dinner. But enjoy for me. Have some extra beef on my behalf. I authorize you by royal decree of the cold hard truth. You have permission to eat some extra beef this weekend. Yes, you guys are going to love it. All right. Thankful that we got through hurricane season. No hurricanes, really, for us. We continue to keep Jamaica in our thoughts, though. But one thing I must say about Jamaica is I was reading something just a couple days ago. The billions of dollars, I mean US dollars, not Jamaican billions, that Jamaica is actually going to get in assistance. And I think that that's really good. I mean, obviously it's going to take time, and I see y'all fussing and fighting with each other over things not being done quick enough. And, there are people suffering. And I get that. I totally get that. Everybody wants to rebuild overnight, but it's not going to happen. There's no country, the best country in the world wouldn't be able to pull that off. Unfortunately, there is red tape, there is bureaucracy involved. And so from that perspective, it's not good. that people have to wait and go through these things, but I can assure you that help is on the way. And please just try to, hang in there if you can. Please, please, please. Yeah. So we'll continue to keep you guys updated. And I do want to talk today. We have a guest on, so I'm going to bring him in because I do see he's here already. We're going to bring him in just a second. But I do want to talk about some of the scammers that are going around and how you have to be careful who you are sending funds to. There's literally people going door to door, knocking on doors. I've got people WhatsApping me from Jamaica talking about if we can, send them money and stuff. And that's not how this works. Go through proper agencies that have experience. And no one will be without criticism at a time like this in terms of resource allocation and how they're spending the money. And that scrutiny, quite frankly, is a good thing. But if you give it to some random stranger showing up at your door, knocking on the door, I can assure you that you will have no clue what happens with that money. So under no circumstances do you go that route, because it will not really benefit the people of Jamaica, right? Funny business, lots and lots of funny business going on there. So good morning to all of the usual suspects. I see you guys are in class early this morning. Thank you. I am going to send out the links now on WhatsApp. And then I'm going to tell you guys something I was doing last night that I'm so excited about. So we're going to talk about that after we check in with our guests this morning as well. So give me one quick second here. Why am I not hearing myself? There we go. Now I can hear myself. I was like, I can't hear myself through my headsets. Some funny business was going on there. So yes, give me one quick second. I'm going to just grab the links. And then we are well on our way to having another fantastic show, another fantastic day. What can I tell you? Except it's amazing to be alive. It is amazing to be in good spirits. It is amazing to be in good health. And we have to give thanks. All righty. So sending the links right now. You can find us on YouTube. Cayman Mall Road is the YouTube link. And website, cmrtv.com. Facebook, Instagram. We are literally all over the place, honey child. Yes, we are. And on YouTube now you have two links. You have vertical for those of you on your phones, and you've got a horizontal. Hold on. Let me mute the YouTube one. So if you require the vertical link, like if you're still not sure how to get that, I mean, you should show it pop up. But if for some reason you're not sure and you need me to send that specifically to you, just ask. Ask and you shall receive. All right. So beautiful. All right. So the links are sent out. There you go. There you go. You guys are going to be so proud of me when I tell you what I was up to last night. And now let me just send this out to the group. There you go. Beautiful. All right. Let's get it, shall we? Yes. Good morning, Strong Wilt. So good to see you. Diamond Princess, Miss Debbie, Cynthia Parsons. Hey, Cynthia, I've not seen you in a minute here. So good to see you. Felicia Rankin, Miss Bonnie joining us from East End. Marshall, Wee Wee. All of the usual suspects are here. Let's welcome our guest, Mr. Richard Weber. Good morning, Richard. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm amazing. Thank you very much.
Yes, welcome.
Good morning to all the wonderful listeners, whether they're on the road or on their phones, on their social media. Good morning to everyone wherever they're tuning in.
Yes. Absolutely. So Richard is joining us this morning from the TCCP Youth Council. Remember, during the election, we heard that they had set up a youth council, and that was fantastic. Great to hear a bit about. And so now we're going to get some details on what the youth council has been up, but in particular, we're going to be talking about this very, very specific event that the youth council has scheduled for just in time for Keyman Thanksgiving. So first of all, I know that this is your first time on the program, so we do a warm CMR family welcome to you, Richard, and it's good to have you joining us to tell us about this initiative, because of course we love to see people getting involved in the community and helping other people. So this is really fantastic.
Well, thank you very much, Sandy. And as you mentioned, yes, I'm here today to promote a specific event and also to give a bit of update about what we've been up to as a youth council since the election.
Yes.
So just to give a brief overview, we are fundraising a food drive donation event tomorrow at Cost You Less. The whole day, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. is the plan. And the food drive is to promote food collection for food pantries throughout the island from West Bay to East End. Yes, thank you for providing the flyer. And yeah, we are looking for any donations, for instance, whether they be canned foods or dried rice or dried pastas. As mentioned, we already have collection pantries partnered with. And so this is the final goal, ensure that this event was as widely reported, spread in the community as possible to raise awareness. And as you mentioned as well, this is all done in effort for Cayman Thanksgiving, that with the conclusion of the hurricane season, that we have had, for some individuals, a buildup of excess supplies, pantry supplies, and that this is a brilliant way to conclude the end of the hurricane season, to offload any items that are no longer needed for your personal household, but then still be able to contribute back to your broader local community through this food drive effort.
Yeah. This is fantastic. I like this idea. I like it being, right around Keyman Thanksgiving. And I also, really, really love what you say that, a lot of times we need to kind of refresh our pantries coming in and out of hurricane season. Although these goods, especially if they're canned goods, they seem to last forever. But it's a good way to make a donation back to the community. And, the food pantries are really, really important. The food bank, we need to have them on the program at one point soon, but they really service a large portion of the underserved community. So they do an amazing job. So I'm really, really happy to see that you have this drive on. So folks, you can participate. And what I like to do, I'll pop by tomorrow, I'll put it in my calendar. For an event like this, what I actually like to do is I like to just go into Cost You Less and buy a bunch of stuff and come out and donate it. Like just put it in your donation bin. So you can do that as well. Like if you don't necessarily want to take anything out of your own hurricane supply kit, then you can certainly just run into Cost You Less. $25, $30 worth of goods can really go a long way to helping those in need. So all canned and dried food items will be accepted. Will you be accepting any monetary donations? Because I imagine some people might just want to give you a low $25 donation. Are you prepared to accept that as well?
Oh, we're prepared to accept it, of course. Of course, this should be segregated out and evenly distributed across I believe it's 7 total food pantries that we have had partnered up with. So, of course, as you mentioned, for some individuals, it's easier to give a monetary donation, which we will facilitate. But with the food pantries, that we had made the arrangement to provide them with the supplies. So we would prefer if that's possible. But again, there's no impediment if you would like to give a monetary donation. That would also be facilitated and would be evenly distributed across all of the partnered pantry organizations.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit, while people are ruminating on that, tell us a little bit about what the TCCP Youth Council has been up to. First of all, tell us how the council was formed. Have you been a part of the council from inception, or how long have you been involved?
So my personal story is that I've been involved with the Youth Council since its inception prior to the election. Subsequent to the election, we have been meeting up on a regular basis, I would say once or twice per month at the bare minimum, to be able to establish, one, what is the kind of function that we want to see happen from the Youth Council, and where do we see ourselves within the broader Caymanian community? Do we see ourselves first as a youth voice to government, or do we see ourselves separate, and so on? So we've been able to have these nice meetings to be able to determine both what are our issues as a separate body to the governing party. So that is to say, what are our top 3 issues as youth? And then from that, what can we do to work on those issue topic areas? So to give you to give your listeners a frame of reference, in our first meeting, we discussed what are our main topic areas of issues as youth, that being persons 18 to 30. We had reflected it would be cost of living, job opportunities for new entrants into the workforce. And so in service of the job opportunities, we had launched a public awareness, public awareness campaign and event called Pizza and Policy. The idea being that this was a more toned down event for persons 18 to 30 to be able to learn about job opportunities in the Cayman experience and reflect about the difficulties that they were facing, almost as a community town hall format. This proved to be quite successful, and I was able to have personal stories recollected to me about individuals who are facing issues, finding opportunity to be able to present themselves and at that particular event, and be able to reflect that they were not alone in their struggle, that the issue of, for instance, job opportunities is well apparent within our islands, and to have been able to produce that forum where that conversation was held was, I think, to me personally important to be able to reflect that, because in my life, being born and raised in Cayman, it's so often that, we only ever hear the politicians' ear during election season. And so to have this, undertaken after election season, possibly when there is the most scrutiny done on the government, to have been able to produce this form and be able to openly say, 18 to 30-year-olds are facing unique pressures that other generations before may not have had. 18 to 30-year-olds are facing that pressure in a globally competitive job market. So we have to be able to look at how we can safeguard our Caymanian youth in, this world of today, and to be able to nurture and provide for them so that, in the next 20 or 30 years, when the current persons in government, in civil service, in our broader financial services industry, age out, retire away, that we have that talent to be drawn upon in Cayman. And so as a youth council, we exist to be able to promote that excellence within our island, to promote that understanding, and to be able to, help individuals look at the big vision of what does our island look like in 30 years time? How can we help conceptualize it? How do we visualize it? And what steps do we need in order to get to there? And so I mentioned that as the big event that we had produced prior to this food drive. This food drive is our second big goal of this year, and this was a more direct into the community approach. So as I mentioned, with Cayman Thanksgiving, some persons may have excess pantry staples, or simply in the mood of Thanksgiving would like to give back to their community. We would like to provide that forum, that opportunity as well, to be able to do so. With that approach in mind, we are able to then look at this year job opportunities, which I have mentioned, and the cost of living through this pantry drive donations, to highlight and reflect that the cost of living in our islands have gone so severe that persons who are going food insecure need that assistance not only at Thanksgiving time, but also throughout the year. But that this particular event, given the context of Cayman Thanksgiving, would be the most opportune event for persons who have that excess food to be able to donate, to facilitate it at an easy and transferable manner, to ensure that everyone who is able to can participate, and to make it as easy and accessible as possible.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Richard. So please, folks, Abby says, thank you. We love the idea. We'll donate. Yes, please come out and make your respective donations. Tomorrow, it's 1 day drive from 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. And if someone for some reason can't make it to you tomorrow, but they're still interested in donating, is there another way that they can get your donation? Can they drop it off somewhere? Any options like that?
So I'm glad to say that we are also still in talks with Foster's Group as well to potentially have a planned day for Friday. That is still in the works though, so I will put that disclaimer. But hopefully, if we are able to get the approval today, that we will post on our social media if that happens.
Okay. All right. That sounds wonderful. All right, folks. So the TCCP Youth Council is having a Cayman Thanksgiving food drive at least tomorrow, possibly Friday. Tomorrow, December the 4th, 8 a.m. until 9 p.m., pretty much all day long. All canned and dried food items appreciated and accepted. Please drop by. If you want to do a little monetary donation, that is also an option. But really, they would like for you to have the goods because it's easy just to hand the goods over then to the food pantries and the food bank and so forth for distribution in the community. So this time of year, we sit here with our gluttonous selves, me included, and we talk about all the amazing food that we're going to eat and overeat, put on a few extra pounds, and yet there are people in our community who do not have that luxury, who will not, be able to have the Cayman beef. They're not going to have turkey and ham. And so, unfortunately, they will be going without. So let's join forces with the TCCP Youth Council to ensure that as many people as possible will at least be able to have a basic meal around Thanksgiving, Cayman Thanksgiving, and around the Christmas holidays as well. So the pantry and the food bank really services a lot of people in the community that are in need. So step up to the plate, folks. I know that you guys can do it. I have lots of faith in you. Now, is there any kind of an email contact, Richard, or social media handles where people can reach out to you?
Yes. So for the email handle for any questions to the Youth Council, please email them at youthaDmin@votetccp.ky. We also have social media presence. Of note is our Instagram page, which if you type in, sorry, that's the one. Thankfully, I'm not the social media manager. I'm the communications, so I help with the event organization, not with the social media.
Yes.
So it's good. It's good for us to specialize in our project areas because, for instance, our social media campaigner is very well in tune with, as you would know, with the specifics of social media promotion.
Yeah.
Even I am surprised with all the specifics that occur there.
So I'll share your link. It's for Facebook. It's tccp.youthcouncil. Again, you can just search TCCP Youth Council, but it's tccp.youth council if you're interested in following their pages as well as finding out more about what the Youth Council has been up to and what they have been doing. So they have these join the conversations, next gen roundtable. There was one in October, and 16 to 30-year-olds get out there and be part of the conversation and talk about, the things that are impacting you. So it's a great way to get involved with the decision makers at a more direct level. So fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Richard. We really, really appreciate you coming on the program. So again, the email address is youthcouncil@votetccp.ky. Have a fantastic day, Richard.
Thank you. If I may, because now I've pulled it up, the Instagram handle is TCCP_Youth Council. So for the Instagram handle, it's TCCP_Youth Council. And I see as well that there's a Linktree link on there as well, which has access to all the other social media. So for anyone listening again, the Instagram handle where all our social media is driven, all announcements and so on, TCCP_Youth Council. Thank you again, Sandy, for the opportunity for me to announce this project that we have tomorrow. We appreciate the outreach that CMR has in our community, and to be able to provide this platform for this food donation drive in light of Cayman Thanksgiving is very well appreciated, and we thank you for your voice and for lending a voice to the youth.
All right, you're absolutely welcome. Richard Weber, folks, on behalf of TCCP Youth Council, good luck with the drive tomorrow.
Very much.
Thank you. All right, folks, I know you guys will go out and give. I'm keeping my eyes on you guys. Make sure now. We're all about giving back to the community. Like I said, sometimes we don't appreciate how much people are in need, especially. All right, folks. I'm not even sure what just happened there. Oh, we just had a bit of a glitch. Let me see if we can get this sorted out. Just give me one good second here. Bear with me, good folks. Had a bit of a computer glitch there, and I don't know. I'm sitting here going, why did my computer just shut off? All right, let's do let's do a lunch and learn, a sip and learn segment this morning while I try to get my camera back online. And yeah, some of my drives, they're saying that they are unavailable. Okay. Let me see what's going on here, honey chow. Things are still restarting. So just bear with me while we get this all sorted out. Un momento, por favor. All righty, folks. Still not sure exactly what happened there, and we're still trying to get things fully back online. But in the meantime, not even my camera is coming online. How weird is that? All right. In the meantime, we will continue with what resources we have available. I think I can get the camera back by just unplugging it and replugging it. So let me try that. And then there's actually a video I wanted to show you guys, but unfortunately that drive is just not coming up as available. Strange things happen sometimes in this studio that I cannot explain. I don't know what happened just now. All I know is kaboom. The camera, everything just shut down. My computer shut down. It was weird. And then it came back up and all the windows were still open when it came up, except I can't access this drive. You know, I had to call Marlon during that little break, and he's like, oh, but that's the flow connection. I'm like, well, normally that connection is pretty good. Oh, I think it's finally back now. So weird. Did we have a power outage? I don't know. Let's move on because I don't know what that was about. All right. So listen, couple things I want you guys to be cognizant of. And this is really all about the fact that we have to be very, very careful when it comes to the respective donations, you know, that are being requested, especially in light of the fact that there's so many people who will seek to take advantage of the good-natured world right now, as well as you know, those here in the Cayman Islands. And so I want to caution people. It's sad that we even have to have this conversation, quite frankly, because you know, we want to encourage people to give as much as possible and to assist as many people as possible. But unfortunately, we now know through experience that some people are just out there trying to collect money that they will pocket themselves. You have no way of knowing somebody who's just randomly knocking at your door, what they're going to do with the available resources that you give to them, whether you're giving money, and that's what they want, right? These people are not going around. I'm trying to get a video actually here that I will show you guys. So unfortunately, they're not going around asking you for canned goods. They're specifically asking you for money, because with that money, they will then do, I suppose, whatever they want. So I'm going to show you guys, just give me a quick second here. I'm actually going to show you some video footage of someone who was actually up to this over the weekend, because I think, you know, once you see kind of the MO and how things are being done, you'll know exactly why you need to be cautious. So this guy was actually walking around a neighborhood in West Bay and, you know, asking people just to give him donations. So have a look at this. Here we go. So here he comes. Now, not for nothing, but anyone who walks up to your door, no ID, you know, he looks like he's just having a stroll around on a Sunday afternoon with a little can in his hand, wearing shorts. He's not part of any organization or anything, and he's going to come and beg for money. So have a look at this. There he is, folks, walking up to the door, having a nice Sunday stroll. Didn't even put on proper shoes. Does it look like to you like that's I don't know what kind of can that is, but
hello, sir.
Hi there.
Sorry to disturb at this Sunday evening, sir.
No problem.
Of your time. My name is Kenneth O'Brien
Mhm.
Miles. I'm from the parish of Westmoreland, Jamaica, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
so he actually shows his passport. He gives his name. I can't quite pick it up, but I'm sure if we listen close enough, we can. And says he is from the parish of Westmoreland, Jamaica.
No problem.
Okay.
Of your time. My name is Kenneth O'Brien
Mhm.
Miles. I'm from the parish of Westmoreland, Jamaica, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is a video actually of my house that was destroyed during the storm in Jamaica. And
Okay, so he's actually showing pictures on his
I'm just
phone.
walking around looking at donations, $1 or anything.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, so let me just stop it there. So he's showing his housetop and then claiming that, you know, he's getting donations for his own housetop and I guess asking people to give. Okay, that's not exactly how you do it, folks. I mean, we don't even know if that's his housetop on the phone. We don't know. I mean, he's obviously, like I said, kind of showed somebody his passport. Most people are not really going to be looking at it that closely to see if that's a legitimate passport, if that's actually him or whatever, right? I mean, listen, people are just having a good vibe on a Sunday afternoon, enjoying themselves, and you come around knocking to say you want your rooftop fixed, right? This isn't the way that you get help. If you have friends, now I don't know who this guy is. Kenneth O'Brien, is that what he says? If you have friends and your personal friends want to give you a donation, obviously there is nothing wrong with that. Your friends can help you out. But it's kind of weird going around to total strangers, knocking door to door, asking them to help you specifically with your rooftop. And again, we don't know where he's from in Jamaica. We don't know if his house was actually impacted or not. And so I would suggest, if you find yourself in this situation, that's not how you go about getting the help. Like, you know, your government in Jamaica is setting up proper channels to get people the respective help that they need. There are lots of NPOs and agencies who are also on the ground there still up to this point, providing assistance and providing help. So go through those proper channels, or like I said, if you have, you know, a direct link to people that you know, not total strangers. Nobody knows who you are, right? So no one is going to be just randomly giving you money thinking that, oh yeah, you're going to fix this rooftop. People, you know, unfortunately, lots of people looking to scam people. You know, the help is on the way. Jamaica, let me get some figures here, because I saw this just a couple of days ago. It was in the billions of dollars for sure. So Jamaica is getting a very large mixed package of international help, upwards of 6.7 billion US dollars over the next 3 years. And the World Bank has put together, that's the World Bank. So we have a coalition of the CAF, the Caribbean Development Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, the IMF, and the World Bank. They've all gotten together, and they're going to be putting together some $6.7 billion over the next 3 years to support the recovery and reconstruction of Jamaica. Okay. So what I would say is you will get the help that you need. It might not come as quickly as you need, and we understand there's some criticisms of the current government. We're not really going to get into that. If you want to get into that, tune in on Mondays to Make We Talk with Jeffrey Tavares. He does all of those bits and pieces, so he will, you know, give you some details on that. He actually had some, I understand this past Monday, he had some government officials on talking about what they see as the issues with the faster delivery of the services. We're going to leave that to them. That's their internal affairs. That's their internal business. I'm not a Jamaican citizen, so I'm not going to speak to those issues at all, right? I'm going to let them and their opposition, the government, whatever, sort out their internal affairs and their business. But we have to leave it to them to manage it. We can provide assistance. Like we said, our government stepped up to the plate, the very first ones to have done so, and got in there and offered over $1 million worth of assistance, and the money will continue to come. Now, how well they use it, how they put it to use, how quickly the people can get what they need from tarpauling right now, which is critically needed, the controlling of the diseases that unfortunately, because of the storm water and the infestation of rats and all this sorts of stuff, how quickly any of that happens sometimes is going to be a matter of the international agencies and the government kind of pulling it together. We can't get involved in that, but I do not want people to be taken advantage of, especially hardworking Caymanians and hardworking, just people in our community, good, soft-hearted people being taken advantage of because of them wanting to help. In fact, let me give you some information about a local shipment, because I saw someone sent me something this morning saying, oh, so-and-so is collecting donations, monetary donations. And I said, okay. It's interesting because just a few days ago, I understood that same person who was, saying that they were going to be putting a ship together and sending off goods, the ship, I forget the exact amount, so I don't want to say it because I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to misinform anyone. So I'm just messaging one of my sources to try and get the amount. But there was a large amount of money that was required for that shipment of the container of goods. Now, this is what I told you guys. Y'all anybody can collect a container, but the logistics of getting it there, paying for it, of getting customs cleared and all this kind of stuff is not as easy as you think. And as many of you might want to be critical of the Cayman Islands government, even cussing our government about, oh, well, why don't they give us free luggage on Cayman Airways going to Jamaica? Your own government is not giving you any sort of compensation or, breaks on this sort of thing. So you still have to pay duty on stuff that's being sent in. Trust me, I know. My husband just sent some stuff to help people in Jamaica. And we had to provide receipts for those goods. And the shipper's like, yep, this is all going to be dutiable. So the government of Jamaica isn't saying, well, if you're trying to help people in the community, it's going to be duty free. No, they're still collecting their coins, because I guess their argument at the end of the day is they still have a country to run. And they're still going to need that money in addition to the billions of dollars to try to rebuild the country, which has been, that part of the country has literally been devastated by Hurricane Melissa. They can't afford to give anybody a break. I'm not going to argue with their policies. Quite frankly, that is a matter for them. But what I'm telling you is Caymanians thought that they could somehow get container load of goods there. And now my understanding is that those goods are actually stuck awaiting payment. So, this is an unfortunate situation, because one thing I know for sure is that if we allow the goods to stay there at the port in Jamaica, they will disappear for more reasons than one. The first reason is the government will actually confiscate the goods themselves for non-payment and dispose of them. And so that doesn't mean that it's going to get to the people that need the help. They're not going to necessarily dispose of it in that way. They have means and ways that they actually auction off stuff that has been sitting there and can't be properly cleared. So if that happens, what a point. What was the point of sending all of those goods to people in need? It kind of defeats the entire point, right? So once again, that's why the agencies that know about logistics, they know how this works, they work with government. Those are the ones who have said, by all means, please do not try to do this on your own, because you will run into unforeseen hiccups that you did not anticipate and that you, just don't even understand how it's going to work. So Horace says that person don't sound like a Jamaican, looks like an African. Let's look at it again and see. So let's see. I mean, you can't go off of looks, but we don't have too many Africans in Cayman quite like that. So let's see.
Hello, sir.
Hi there.
Sorry to disturb at this Sunday evening, sir.
No problem.
Waste of your time.
Nope, that's a Jamaican accent.
Miles.
I mean, he's speaking nice and proper, but that's a Jamaican. That I know African. Africans have a very distinctive, no matter how, they have very distinctive accents. So that is not an African, Horace. That is a Jamaican. Listen closely to what he says. When he starts to talk, you can hear it. So, yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi there.
Sorry to disturb at this Sunday evening, sir.
No problem.
Waste of your time. My name is Kenneth O'Brien Miles. I'm from the parish of Westmoreland, Jamaica, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And obviously he was presenting his Jamaican passport to show that at least he's Jamaican. Whether he's from Westmoreland or not, only God knows. Priscilla says that guy has been going around since a day or two after the hurricane. I gave him money too. Oh my gosh, Priscilla, you were hoodwinked. Sorry. And he's still going around. He probably got enough money to buy and fix several roofs by now. KK says his house top or possibly someone else's house. Laughing out loud. Secondly, he better go seek help from holiness. Again, we have no way of knowing what Mr. Kenneth O'Brien or whatever he claims his name is going to be doing with that money. Oh, did your internet go down as well? Oh, thank you, Plain and Straight. That might explain it. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Glad that we're back. But yes, you got to be discerning. And like I said, I hate to even have this conversation because, we're not trying to be mean or anything like that. We want to help, but you have to make sure that you do it the right way. Irvin says, true, Sandy. I just paid over $9,000 KYD in duties last night. Nothing is cheap anymore. Good Lord. Irvin agrees that he's a Jamaican. El Rey causing trouble, says he's an African Jamaican. This person said, good morning, Sandy. Boy, these Jamaicans cannot accept what their own do. Beep. Expletive. Oh, look, another person. He's been going all over. My goodness, he has been all over West Bay. Because people messaging me from all on the other side of West Bay. Lord have mercy. El Rey, what you need to do for me is see why my Flow internet isn't working. It's impeding my ability to access this drive. So I can't access this drive because that drive is connected to Flow. So it says connection has not been restored. Oh, Lord. I hope that doesn't mean now that we have to do a complete physical reboot of that modem because yikes. All right, let me do this. Hold on one second. That means that I have to change where this is going because it keeps trying to map it to that drive. And if that connection is not working, then I got a problem. Okay, so let me temporarily move. Let me temporarily move. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Cannot get to that drive. Let me tell Marlon. All right, let me just remap where I do the screenshots from, and then let me see what we have here. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it seems like this guy has been busy for a hot minute now, trying to get assistance in a way that is kind of low-key, sounding a bit shady to me. That's all I'm going to say. Again, not having all of the details. I'm not fully judging. However, God gave us common sense for a reason. So when we have our good common sense, we must use it. This person says, oh, yes, he rang my doorbell also. Now, this person, just to give you context, right? She lives all the way on the other side of West Bay. So this guy is driving around and walking around neighborhoods all over the West Bay community. Because so far, everyone that has said, yep, I've seen him, he's been targeting West Bay area, which means he probably just lives in West Bay, right? So this person says, oh, yes, he rang my doorbell also. I told him I was sleeping. He said sorry and left. He was on a bicycle. Okay. This is not our Cayman culture. Once again, we're importing these habits. I mean, I am very aware of the local crackheads that knock on our doors saying that their car broke down up the road with their wife and baby and they're begging gas money. Oh, really? They have such a complicated story? But we know who they are and they take a hint eventually. But this is not us. Definitely was a Jamaican. I did help. My government gave $1.2 million to Jamaica. So he seems to be going around the neighborhood. So now that I have confirmation that that is happening, no bueno. And what I think, hold on one second. What I think here is that, of course, he's running a scam. Okay. Even up to yesterday, you guys might have noticed there was somebody who called me during the show and I couldn't quite hear them. And when I saw the number and I went back to the number, that person was actually messaging me. Hold on one second. Okay, one second. That person was actually messaging me, and I'll read you the message here, trying to get assistance from people here. And I mean, I don't know who this person is, right? So they say greetings. I'll share the message with you guys. 1 second, let me just screen grab it. And they keep repeating the same message. And then they've called a couple times. They first started messaging on Saturday. And this was the initial message from Saturday. Now, this is the CMR number. So I know that this is someone who obviously does not know me because they would have my personal number. So let me just see here now. Here we go. Greetings, Mrs. I'm afraid, but to my respect, I should have pronounced you by your name. Well, that's because you don't know my name. So how are you gonna pronounce me by my name? But I don't remember your name. My apologies. Okay. Nicholas Patterson here from Jamaica. I was affected by Hurricane Melissa. My housetop was damaged along with some other issues. Okay. Before Hurricane Melissa, I usually work, but since the hurricane, I'm out of a job for now, but I don't get through with any part-time work as yet, but I'm still on a search. That was at 6:38 a.m. on a Saturday morning, honey child. Then he messages again. He says, greetings, Mrs. Bryan. I don't know where he got that from. How is everything? Hope all is well. I'm Nicholas Patterson here from Jamaica. And he kind of repeats a lot of the same thing. I would really appreciate the help, but if you can't, I will understand. My respect. I'm sure, what did you say? But I'm still in a search and I'm in some financial struggles for now. So I'm asking if there's any possible way in which I can get a little assistance if you can. Then he provides his contact number. This is the number he's WhatsApping from. And then he continues to message to say that the data signal is poor. And then we reply on yesterday to say, how can we help? And he pretty much repeats the same message over and over again. No matter how small, I would appreciate. Thanks again. So let's give him a call because I'm kind of curious. And as to how Nicholas even gets a hold of anybody in the Cayman Islands on WhatsApp and starts asking for help. So let's give Nicholas a call to find out what his story is. Mm-hmm. He was calling during the show yesterday as well. Plain and Straight says he's riding a bicycle today, but he will soon be driving a car. He's raising enough money to do that. Can you see a picture? Hold on, Jasara. So let me show you what he looks like walking up. So there he is. All right. Well, Nicholas is not answering today, but we'll see if we can get some further details from Nicholas on, how and why he's just randomly messaging strangers about this, because it would be interested to see, what logic he's utilizing. So, yeah, I don't know who this guy is in West Bay, but again, you're not really supposed to be doing this, but there you have it. Lloyd Courtney says, I'm embarrassed to see my Jamaican begging money, especially in the way that it's being done, Courtney. I think that that's the issue, right? If he was part of like I said, an organization and they were doing it a particular way, but riding around on your bicycle all over West Bay asking people for money, not adding up. All the Jamaicans in the Cayman Islands should never go around asking for money because they come here to work. Tell them to stop. Well, it's not even that. If you do it in a particular way, where the way that it should be done, essentially, where you're part of an organized effort, you're part of the Red Cross. Listen, if you want to help your own people right now, the best thing you can do is go and join up with other organizations that are organized. They have a known reputation for being able to assist people and do it that way. So the government of Jamaica, I want to again really just stress that there are official channels that you can use to make your donation. So by no means am I saying to people, don't make a donation. I'm saying help. The help is needed. And this is how you do it. So we have the Support Jamaica Hurricane Melissa Relief. The official website is there, supportjamaica.gov. Is that JA? Hold on, let me get you all. This flyer is a little bit hard to read because it's like white and yellow, and then it's a little bit hard to read there, but hold on one second. Let me see here. Help Jamaica. So the government has, yes, it's supportjamaica.gov.jm. That is the proper website. And we knew within a day of this website going up, talk about scammers from all over the world, not even, just in Jamaica. The African scammers were on it, trying to take advantage of this horrific situation with this storm. And so, they were literally, and I do mean literally, online creating these fake websites that looked like the Support Jamaica official website, and it wasn't. And so, use that direct URL. Do not go and use any other URL that you're not familiar with. Use what you're familiar with, and it has to be this exact one, because what they do is they copy pages. They'll have a URL that's very, very close. So instead of, for example, saying, support, instead of saying supportjamaica.gov.jm, it might have like Jamaica slightly misspelled or put an S on the end, or, just one little, all that is required is one little letter difference, right? And we saw the Jamaican government become aware that this was happening from the very early days of the storm. As soon as the website went up, they were on top of it, trying to deceive people. And we wrote an article about this. The government of Jamaica warned people to please don't fall prey to this, because we know they knew that a lot of people would be trying to send money and trying to help. And here we are having groups from Africa, all over the world, trying to scam people. So just be careful. Make sure you've got the exact URL. I've copied it here so that you can just click on that, and the people who need the help will be getting the help, right? Sandra Coe, good morning, says Sandy, and the Cayman Islands. I'm sorry, but we will never in our lifetime ever be able to satisfy some of these people. It's their way of life. We need to stop being too damn stupid. Well, I mean, yes, some people will not be satisfied because, like I said, they're just trying to take advantage of a situation. They're hoodwinking people. So I don't know what to tell you except be careful who you give to. This person says, good morning, TD. I saw in the news in Jamaica this morning how St. Anne Power is held back because they stole the wiring cable for it. Shaking my head. Not for nothing, but Jamaicans can be their own worst enemy. Some of you just get it all wrong. So let me just say this then. let's talk about some of our own scammers. Um, this person says, no, this sounds like an African scammer. Someone says, good morning. What about this criminal Kevin Moxham selling stolen Rotary tickets? Oh, yes. We've not had an opportunity to talk about this, but let's go there. Because unfortunately, here in Cayman, we also have our own homegrown, homespun scammers. And so this one takes the cake. Now, does anybody have a picture of Kevin Moxham? Like, I want to see what he looks like. There's some doubts that he's even a Moxham. Some people say, you know how Cayman stores go, honey child. Some of y'all need to be doing some DNA tests, not for my benefit, because I know who my papa is, because I look just like him. So some of us can't hide. However, some of you need a little bit of help in that department. So my understanding is that Kevin Moxham, for all of his problems that he's always been in, there's even a question mark about whether or not he's really a Moxham. That might be the biggest scam ever, that he's not even a Moxham. What a hot mess. Anywho, listen to this now. The Rotary, let me pull up the story. Give me 1 second here. The Rotary organization every single year has an annual, I think they do a couple raffles, but this is the big one. This one is the one that is worth like $40,000 cash. Ooh, honey child, I'm hoping one day I can win that. And so, Rotary Central does a lot of amazing work in the community. And through the raffle efforts, they're able to raise money. The grand prize is $40,000 in cash. This is their annual 30th music extravaganza. This is the 30th. So they've been doing this for 30 years. And here comes along 59-year-old Caymanian crook. I mean, at some point, do you not retire from being a crook? I guess not, right? You're too old, Kevin. Mm-hmm. Smooth Cruise is like, he's still alive, my dear. 59 years old, and you still out here stealing from people and crooking people. As long as the day is, it's like, what on earth, dude? Even crooks and vagabonds and scammers should have an expiration in a retirement age where they think, right, let me give this up. Well, no such thing, honey child. Whoever Kevin is, he ain't got no shame. So Kevin, hear how crooked this man is. He gets a hold of, I know a lot of you saw the story, but in case you missed it, let me share the link. He gets a hold of some books. Now, everybody was like, well, Sandy, how the hell Kevin Moxham got a hold of some Rotary Central books? Well, I'm going to tell you guys how the story goes. His poor mother, Lord Jesus, I don't even know who Miss Phyllis is, but poor her. To have a child like this has to be a constant embarrassment in life. I mean, really and truly, as parents, sometimes you do your best and your children are still going to let you down no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But Kevin, apparently, from what I know and heard of his story, is he has drug problems. And, being a drug addict fuels this kind of behavior, right? And so I guess he's been a drug addict for the better part of his adult life. I mean, he's really been at it for a minute. Anyway, his poor mother isn't doing too well, but I guess she had some Rotary tickets to sell. So Kevin gets a hold of these Rotary tickets. I think it was 5 books. And he sells, and not that he's entirely lazy, but he went out by Cost You Less and sold all 5 books. And each ticket is $25. So you do the math. They say it's a couple $1,000. 5 books containing 50 raffle tickets. Is that 50 per book? Probably. Anyway, Kevin sold the tickets and pocketed the money to unsuspected members of the public. And he kept the proceeds, obviously, for himself. It did not turn that into Rotary. So here's the sad part. If you unknowingly bought a ticket from Kevin, your name could not be entered, rightfully so, legally so. Your name could not be entered into the raffle this weekend. By the way, who won? I haven't heard them announce who won, but they went ahead with the raffle, as far as I know. And so he was arrested. Police were alerted on Tuesday after discrepancies, this was last week now, were detected in the raffle accounting, and concerns arose that members of the public might be holding tickets that were not properly recorded by the charity. So thank God that the charity normally has, one of their accounting firms verify and cross-check and all this kind of good stuff. And so they were in the process of doing that ahead of the event, and they noticed that a large number of their books and tickets were not accounted for. So when they started to dig a little bit deeper into this, they discovered that 5 books, so 5 times 50, that's how much. Hold on. Let me pull up my little calculator here, and I'm going to tell you what this crook was up to. So, yeah, this is what Kevin, that's 250 tickets at $25 each. That's over $6,000. Let's assume, for the benefit of the doubt, that maybe 1 or 2 tickets are already sold. I don't really know if they were all full books. Still, over $6,000. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. They need to lock him up and throw away the key for a hot minute. So the RCIPS was contacted and informed of this discrepancy. And once they started to investigate, they discovered that Kevin, I'm sure they have all the footage from Cost You Less, that this is what Kevin was out there doing. What a damn crook, I tell you. So if you purchase a ticket, look at your tickets now. I bought 4 the other day, but it wasn't from him. Ticket number 01451 up to 01500, you should contact the authorities, because chances are you were one of his unwilling victims. And you can contact the RCIPS at 949-4222. And you can also reach out to M. Bodden. So you can contact the police, or you can email Rotary at mbodden.racd7020@gmail.com. So what a damper. Kevin Anthony Moxham, and he's always in trouble. He's a habitual user. He's a habitual thief. He's done community service before for stealing and cashing checks. So he has a known history of theft associated with his addiction issues going back into the 90s. You see his name all over the place on Offshore Alert for being First Home Banking Limited, CNB, a bank and trust company. Everybody has sued Kevin because he's always up to some nonsense or another, supporting this really bad habit of his. So this person says, as far as I'm aware, Kevin has drug problems, always on the road begging. Whoever buy those tickets from him, fooler than him. Well, I don't know. I don't really know. Someone says his mom works Jake Scott, and I understand that she's not been well. And so that's how I guess he was able to, get a hold of the tickets, because poor thing. I even understand that she might have been in the hospital. And so while all of that is going on, Kevin is out here living his best life, just got $6,000. You know how many crack cocaine rocks I can probably buy? I don't know, but I think it's a lot. I don't have no firsthand knowledge of the going price of drugs, but I do think it's a lot. So yes, what a hot mess. So Kevin is a Moxham. Oh, well, y'all, here we go. We can get the Cayman version of the DNA alerts now. Some of the Moxhams don't want claim him, so maybe they made up that story that he's not really a Moxham. Like I said, I'm not pretending to be DNA.ky, so I have no idea. But somebody says they know who his mom and papa is. They said Kevin is a Moxham. He's a drug addict. Miss Phyllis Moxham is a sweet lady who used to work as a cashier at Jake Scott by the Four-Way by Compass Media. Only if his brother, what? Only if his brothers is Brian Moxham, who works as a sales rep at CDS, and his other brothers, Dwight Moxham. I don't really know. I know Brian a little bit, but I don't even know who Dwight is, who works or worked at Butterfield. Miss Phyllis was one of Rotary's biggest sellers. She's such a sweet lady who isn't doing well. You can imagine how, how far gone Kevin must be, knowing that his mom isn't doing well. And then he literally takes advantage of that. That is just lower than low. Like, seriously, Kevin, get your ish together. And I don't think it's for lack of people trying to help him over the years with his addiction problems. This person says he's always by Crew Road with his little handbag on his shoulder, tall and skinny. Handbag on his shoulder. I feel like if I saw a picture, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I've seen him around. But I kind of feel when the person just said that, I had an image of a person in my head, but I'm not too sure if that's him. This other person says it's a shame what Kevin has come to. He's a good looking guy and he's been doing this begging for a while now, and he works, or he used to. I didn't know why he keep doing this begging, shaking my head. Poor Miss Phyllis. I send you a picture of his mom on another page, but he is rumored to be, yeah, okay, we know about that one. Coolin looking tall and linky. Johan might have Kevin's picture. Johan don't even want to clean him. So Miss Morning, Mrs. Hill, each raffle book holds 10 tickets, not 50. Oh, I think that 5 books times 10. Oh, so okay, all right. So we need to reduce the math a little bit. So not quite that much. So if it's 5 books, 10 tickets in each book, so that's 50 tickets total. Okay. And then we're going to multiply that by $25. Okay, so that's $12.50. A lot less. Thank you for the correction, ma'am. Drug addiction prevents him from stopping criminal activity. Well, he needs to get help with the drug addiction. I mean, pretty straightforward if you ask me. Okay. All right. Well, another one of our own that, unfortunately up to the most ridiculous behavior. Ask Johan if Kevin is a Moxham. Kevin been begging for years. Strong Wilt says he's Johan's cousin. Lavana, good morning to you. Hope you're feeling okay. Mona Lisa says, good morning, Miss Sandy. Where can I find the winning numbers? Thanks. Well, ironically enough, I don't even know. Normally we would have heard by now. Let me see if we can have a look online. Normally they probably so ashamed this year after this fiasco, but let me see. What is Facebook going on with? Facebook says, we removed a post from your page and the post was from February of 2021. Well, gosh, Facebook, it couldn't have been that urgent. Lord have mercy. Sometimes they're so ridiculous. They go back years. I'm going to request a review because only God knows what that is. And then they don't tell you what it is that they removed. It's like, okay, I'm psychic. What happened on February the 21st, 2021? All right, that just popped up when I logged into Facebook. Hold on. I'm trying to get to Rotary's page. Let's see if they announced any winners because I really haven't seen anything, to be honest. Rotary Central. My apologies. Whenever we start yawning, that means we need to get up and do some squats. Y'all keep forgetting to remind me. Okay, so December 1st, they invited Rotary thing. I saw where okay, here we go. So the grand prize winner was a Michael Johnson, ticket number 05979. Seller was Michael Johnson. So he bought his own ticket. You can do that? I guess you can buy all the tickets in your own book, right? So I guess okay. So he gets the seller's prize of $4,000 and he won the $40,000. Mess with him. $4,400 just like that. Second prize was $4,000 and that was Todd Patterson. 02948. That was $4,000. The seller was Ian Perdue. Here, let me just screenshot these for you. And then they had some smaller amounts of $1,000 each. So you might have won $1,000. Who knows? So those tickets go to Darren Austin, Marvis Powis, Deborah Gold, Katrina Banks, T. Barnes. I wonder if that's my cousin. Tanisha, did you win $1,000? Craig Powell. And they say, thank you for everyone who went. I can message my cousin right now. She's holding out on me. Did you win $1,000? Someone says it was live streamed on Facebook. Oh, was it? Well, we missed all of that, honey chill. Oh, yes, there you go. They should tell the media about these things so that we can make sure that we watch. Okay. So interesting that the winner actually bought his own ticket. That's very interesting. All right. Well, congratulations to all of the winners and congrats to Rotary because I think they do raise a lot of money through this annual fundraiser. Kevin says Miss Bonnie has made drugs ruin his life. He needs to go to rehab long ago. I'm sure he's probably been in and out of rehab. Sad to hear that he has gotten so desperate over the years. Boy, drugs. All of us of a mentality, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Lloyd talking about Jamaicans, oh Lord. Anthony says Kevin always with his business attire and his business bag across the shoulder every day. I'm kind of thinking I know who it is now, you know. Like the picture of this guy in town is kind of in my head. But he is really tall, right? And very skinny. I think I know who it is. Marshall says the saying says, don't be fooled by another fool. She did win $1,000. Look at that. Congratulations. Anthony says Brian is another one that's drinking the Caucasian Kool-Aid. What does that mean? What's the Caucasian Kool-Aid? You mean like the drug? Morning, Sophia. Sophia says you mean Kevina. Stop it. Caymanian, so sultry. He lives down Palmdale off Crew Road with his mother. Their house is behind my dad's house. Oh, Lord, the poor people in Palmdale, lock your doors. Well, his sexual orientation isn't his problem. Trust and believe. His problem is the drugs. I remember back in the day when Kevin was Kevin. He was one of the best dressed around here. He hung out with all of the elites. It's a shame, though. Oh, really? Maybe that's how he got started with the cocaine, with the bite powder. Because, you know, enough of them be sniffing it, too. Miss Bonnie says, my heart is broken that Kevin has not given up that foolishness of drugs. It's hard. It is an addiction. And normally most people need professional help to be able to kick the habit for sure. And they have to continue to work on it, right? Anthony says, I'm pretty sure a seller can't buy his own tickets. If I'm not mistaken, it states at the bottom of each ticket, member and direct family can't buy. Apparently you can. He bought it and won. So couldn't have been that was prevented or illegal or lawful or against the rules. Sophia says, so sad. He's so mannered and respectful. Yeah, while he's stealing your pocketbook. Okay. I think I know who he is now. Gabby says, I've seen so many people in my age group hooked on drugs now. It's so sad. 80s babies, what is going on? Well, if it's any consolation, it's not just the 80s. I mean, every generation, I guess, has people who, have struggled. Kevin used to be a local model back in the good old days. Oh, yeah? What a hot mess. Yes, sir. Yes, the white lady, meaning cocaine. Okay. Y'all be using these phrases, and sometimes I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, he's always by the bus stop, Crew Road, with his big shades on. What a hot mess. Good morning. Was he dressed in Rotary shirts to sell those tickets? Just curious how people can randomly buy a $25 ticket from someone who doesn't have a table set up or a shirt representing the organization they're collecting the funds for. Just wondering how a drughead can just pull this off. He should be ashamed of himself. Yeah, because I tell you what, the gentleman that I purchased them from, I mean, he was dressed in his Rotary, like you said, his Rotary vest. So of course that gave me a degree of comfort. Plus, his face was familiar and stuff. But that gave me a degree of comfort that he was, legal and legit to sell these tickets. So it's such an unfortunate situation that Kevin is in, but he needs to get himself together because now he'll be going off to jail. Mm-hmm. All right, so there is a container of stuff that has left Cayman. I'm trying to just confirm if it's actually at the port in Jamaica. Give me 1 second. And again, this is where I keep telling you guys that you need to be careful. Not every Tom, Dick, and Sherry Ann that jumps up and wants to send off a container is going to do it the right way. So I beg you, please, to get yourselves sorted out. Somebody said maybe he took Miss Phyllis's vest as well. Entirely possible. All right, let me try and find out where this container is. But the story on the street now is that Sherry Ann, who was putting a container together, I believe the container's in Jamaica, but I will confirm that part of the story, that apparently that it's not going to help anybody until she comes up with $20,000 to clear this container. So where's the container? Is it in Cayman? Is it in Jamaica? I'm assuming it's in Jamaica, but let me try to find out what the $20,000 is for. And this is what I tried to tell you guys before when I heard that she was doing. I'm like, listen, bless her little heart. I guess Sherry Ann trying a thing. But the last time she tried a thing for Honduras, those containers sat in her yard for months upon months. And there was an allegation, I can only call it an allegation because I was not there with the key and lock and whatever, but there was an allegation that, certain people related to her were going through the containers and taking out what they wanted. I'm being told that is 20,000. The person said, oh, they didn't say what the currency is. Let me ask. I can't imagine how much is 20,000 Jamaican dollars. I don't think that's very much, right? Let me look at my currency converter. I don't think it's Jamaican dollars. I don't know what it is. I don't know how much money that is. 20,000 Jamaican dollars is Jamaican dollars is that no money? That's like $100 US or something. That's no money. So it can't be that. It can't be that she can't find $100, $124. No. It can't be Jamaican dollars, but why would it be 20 grand? Is that the value of the duty and stuff? What the hell? Anyway, she ain't got the money to clear it. So let me try and find out more of exactly where it is, but oh, yes. I know Miss Phyllis. Bless her little heart. Oh, that's him. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That's exactly who was coming to my mind, honey child. Oh. Okay. We got you now, Kevin. I see you. I see you, little teeth. Mm-hmm. Poor Miss Phyllis. What a bunch of crosses. Ugh. Ay. Well, I was looking for a picture of him, so now that I know where to find it. Thank you, ma'am. My little detectives here in the my little detectives here. Yeah, boy, he probably has stressed out his mama beyond belief over the years. Poor thing. Some of these Caymanian mothers have really been put through the ringer with their children. I can tell you. No, sir. My God. She's such a lovely lady. She is very lovely. Somebody says, Lord, I be giving Kevin a ride all the time. You better stop. Next thing you know, your handbag go missing. What a hot mess. Pure crosses. Well, Miss Phyllis, we'll pray for you. And you don't need this stress on you now with that son of yours. You need to give him one good slap or have somebody slap him for you, because Lord Jesus, what a thing. All right. Yep. I know who he is now. Yeah. And like you say, when you see him, he always seems so respectable and nice. I mean, I can't believe that, he's still out in these streets engaging in this kind of behavior. Oh my gosh. Wow. So sad. Cannot believe it. All right. What a mess. Yeah. All right. Let me see here now. Can you tell me what steps to take if someone misplaced their residency approval letter? I'm sure you can just request it again from immigration. Just write WRC, explain to them, and ask for a copy. I'm sure you have to have ID and stuff like that. I be dogging Kavina all the time. Who can trust her? This person says, Lord, I give Kevin rides all the time to GAB. You better stop it. Them containers are now rental apartments. What do you mean rental apartments? In Cayman or when they get to Jamaica? Well, listen, I can tell you one thing. The Jamaican government will confiscate everything. You think that they're playing, they'll take the very container. You're not even going to get that back. Good morning, Mr. Andy Martin. How you doing, honey child? He says Johnson won quite a few years ago. He's very lucky. Some people have all the luck in the world. Trust me. I don't know. I give him a ride too, and he doesn't try that because he know what he will get. Says Sophia. Drug boys, like they don't learn. Well, there's no good ending to it, folks. So let's show you Kevin's picture, because quite frankly, if you see him, I wouldn't be giving him a ride if I were you. I'm just saying. So there's Kevin. Like we said, he's always respectable, but respectable and stealing from Rotary, from a charity, from an NPO, that's not very respectable. So that's not good. But yeah, he is always begging. Yeah. So be on the lookout for him, and be on the lookout for this one in West Bay, going around talking about he need rooftop help. What a mess. All right. So the other scammer that the containers are rental apartments in her yard. Say what? Are you kidding me? Okay, so someone says there's a form that you need to fill out, and the cost is $10 for a copy of any WORC document. Thank you so much, my lady. Let me just send this to them. You're welcome. All right, let me see here now. Right, so the other scammer that you guys need to look out for, we're going to be posting this one today as a story, because Lord knows there's some people who are hell-bent on scamming people. And it seems to me that they almost can't help themselves. Of course, we know they can help themselves. right? But the rate at which they constantly scam people is just sickening. It's disgusting. And we have featured this guy before, and he continues his scameration. He just refuses to stop. And so he is going to be featured yet again on CMR. We need to have a special section called Scammers Alert. Do you guys remember Davian Wright? We have featured him a number of times. He is into all kind of stuff. He put on a concert with his mother. That was a hot mess. People lost ticket money and all kind of foolishness over that. We have he's in the car business, so he claims that he's selling cars to people. Remember, there's a guy who was on the show and he was like, I need my money back. And then Davian was like, oh yeah, meet me at the gas station. I'm going right now. And he was a no-show. Remember him? Just Google his name, folks. Y'all need to start paying attention to when we're advising you about these people, because Davian continues to scam people. He is a pathological liar. So much so that when he owes people money, let me tell you what he does. He is so dangerous. He needs to be in jail. His wife claims that she don't know anything that's going on, and if he shows up on CMR again, she's gonna divorce him. Girl, if you know what's good for you, you would divorce him, because he's a scammer. Now, the fact that you haven't divorced him yet and you're playing fool makes me think that you probably do know he's a scammer and you're just conveniently ignoring it and turning a blind eye. If he owes you money, he's the type of person that will falsify a transaction. He will do a wire transfer, send you a screenshot of the wire transfer, and guess what? It's completely fake. I don't even know how he does it. The dude lies. He'll be like, oh yeah, I've got $10,000 in my account, but the bank has it on hold because of this and that. And he'll have like $5 in the bank. He is a very, very dangerous person. And I don't know what his status is in Cayman, his immigration status. Does anybody know Davian's immigration status? Because I think he might be married to Caymanian. And it is high time now that whole relationship needs to be closely looked at, because these are the types of individuals that we need to revoke their status. I don't care how they get it, right? Marriage, even family connections, we have to have a revocation clause. If you can't be a good, productive, or at least a non-scammer in the community, like you're not causing trouble. Some of y'all not productive, but you're also not causing trouble. We leave you alone. But people like this Davian Wright, it's time for him to go. He needs to be locked up in jail for fraud. And after we write this last article, the RCIPS needs to finally arrest him because he has too many victims out there. And as we said during the election, enough is enough. Someone just said, yes, he has one of those marriages of convenience. The girl afraid of him like puss afraid of a dog. Who is she? Afraid of him? What a damn fool. He controls her. Can you imagine? Now you know that these people don't have no sense. Davian, your number is up now, son. Because I cannot understand for the world of me how you continue to get away with all of the things that you do. It's like, come on, dude. Remember he used to work at FedEx when he owed people money? Guess where he was recently working? They just finally terminated him because they got sick and tired of people calling up their name when he owes them money. If you rent from this One Stop Auto Sales and Rentals, trust me, do not, because this is his company. And so this young man is always up to something no good. My God, Davian, what is wrong with you? He was at FedEx and he got a decent little job working at SEMA, the Cayman Islands Monetary Authority. And he could not just relax himself and stop scamming people. So now he's been terminated from there. They fired him. They got sick and tired of him and his foolishness. And so they've gotten rid of him. Well, wow. Davian, you have got to get yourself together. It is such a shame. Oh my God. Well, he say in 2023, he's got his Bachelor of Science in Business Concentration in Accounting with honors, saying that God did it. Well, that's interesting because I guess that's how he got the SEMA job, going from FedEx to SEMA. You know, obviously, you're not a stupid person. At least you were able to get a degree. And hopefully you didn't cheat your way through that, right? In accounting of all things. So how is it that you're constantly crooking people? I do not understand this. Davian, what is wrong with you? My God. He has posted up about how God has brought him a long way, and he's made a lot of mistakes, a lot of downfalls, a lot of lies, a lot of brokenness, but you're still up to it is the problem. So you can't claim that the good Lord has delivered you when you continue to do the same thing over and over again. Lord. And he's speaking at church event, poor thing. I want to see what the wife looked like. Who is the wife? Which fool Kimanian he managed to get? Send me a picture, somebody. Name and picture requested, please. My God, he went to UCCI. Bless them. What a hot mess. I notice he does not have that he's married on his social media. So there's that. No relationship, no wife listed. He got cousins, brothers, everybody, but no wife listed. So let me see which fool Kimanian is along for the ride in this situation. I mean, inquiring minds do want to know. Anyway, that story will go up on the website later on today, so keep an eye out for it. He just can't learn. He cannot learn. And, you know, every time it's like stealing from Peter to pay Paul. This is what happens every single time this happens, where he takes from one person and they're, you know, he has to take from somebody else in order to be able to pay them. So somebody says, I can't remember her name. She's small and slender. And I believe she used to work Butterfield. Not sure if she's still there. And they have one son that born sickly, poor thing. He used to be a dancer in Hype Squad. They call him Chippy. His brother, Gamal McKenzie, a next deadbeat, wacky, still in the streets, bleached pink like newborn rat. Oh my God. That analogy is just too much. What does this person say? He's bleached pink like a newborn rat. Can I tell y'all something? I saw someone over the weekend that was bleached out, right? And I was looking at him. I can't remember where was I? Someplace. I can't remember where I was. And there was another Jamaican guy there who wasn't bleached out. And then there was this guy who had, and I was looking, I was in Subway. And I was looking at his feet. And I mean, there's certain parts of your body that just don't look right once they've been bleached. And the feet apparently is one of them. They looked horrible. Because apparently you can't get all of the blackness off of you when you're bleaching. So there's still like places that are really, really dark. And then you have these other places, like this person says, that there's like this, you know, that's a good analogy, a newborn rat. It's like super, super pink in color. You guys need to stop the bleaching because number one, you don't actually look good. I hate to tell you. But the other thing is that it's actually really not good for you. It destroys like your kidneys and liver and all sorts of stuff. All that stuff is seeped into your skin. So he's married to Kay Mannion. Time for him to go. Somebody says, check their knuckles and lips. Yeah, it's not. Listen, it was so funny because I was looking at the guy next to him and he was, darker skinned Jamaican guy. And I thought he is so much more attractive than this guy who's all bleached out. It doesn't make you look good and it's so unhealthy. Oh my God, you guys need to stop it. Anyway, so Davian, yeah. Inquiry minds want to know, do they bleach their private parts? Oh my God, I would hope not. I hope not, because Lord. This person says, brown folks stay out of the sun to not get dark. White folks lay out in the sun to get dark. Have it make sense. What a mess. Because that got to be a sight. I don't know anything about that. All right. You guys tell me, because I don't know. Some of you who are in this area of things, do they bleach their privates as well? I mean, I would hope to God not. That would be really disturbing. I can't imagine that. Wow, that's going to fall off if you keep that up. Tartarian says scameration, the word of the day. Looks like chicken foot. Yeah, it's not a good look. Love and appreciate your blackness, honey child. Just, ugh. All right, so we'll post up the Davian story today. To the best of my recollection, he's also in criminal court for something as well. So, I horrible. I don't know what to say. All right, so let's move on. Let me talk to you guys about a couple of the things. So somebody sent me something this morning and they're saying to me, Sandy, who is this? And give me 1 second. Let me just find the message. Because I do want to address this. I mean, you can't address every fool. And unfortunately, there's a lot of fools around the place. But let me just, since the person asked, I'm assuming, okay, there is a website called K Street Journal. And this person said, what the hell is this running that page? Or who the hell is this running this page? So they have a picture of me. Thanks for using a really good picture, by the way. I appreciate it. That one actually looks really good. Yeah. Like I tell people, if I got a report on you, I want you to look good. So send me your best possible photo. So look, yeah. Oh, hold on. What is this message? It just came in. Okay, I'll help you out with this after the show. Okay, let me do that really quickly. I just help someone with something with land registry. Let me just send a quick email. Good morning. It's asking if you can please give her a call. You can please give her a call as she has not heard anything further on the below matter as yet, and it is now urgent. Let me provide her number. Her phone number is, okay. Let me see here. Kind regards. Okay. All right. All right. So, someone sent me this. Let me mark this urgent. Sent. Okay. So someone sent me this and they said, who the heck is this? I didn't know. And I went on the website. Let's explore it together. And then I had a look and I think I figured out who it is. And of course, once I realized who it was, I then also figured out why they're providing misinformation and why they're up in their feelings about me. Poor ting. My tweet them. So, first of all, this is what the caption says for the benefit of our radio listeners. This caption says the following. Give me a second. Oh, hold on. I'm moving too fast for the computer. The computer's still downloading and stuff. Okay. So the caption says, Sandra Hill defeated in court, victory for Matthew Leslie. Of course, they misspelled Sandra. Poor you. The name of this website, or the social media page, is K Street Journal. And evidently, this person claims to be in the media and a journalist. So let me show you what the post goes on to say. And I had to chuckle when I saw it because I'm like, gosh, talk about fake news. I mean, I don't like to use that term anymore because Trump overuses it every single day. But in this instance, this is like legit fake news. So anyway, this person has up a post. Like I said, they picked a fairly decent picture of me, so I appreciate it. Thank you, honey child. And here they have up, says Sandra, like I said, misspelled Sandra Hill, defeated in court, victory. This was 13 hours ago for Matthew Leslie. Sandra Hill has been defeated in court after publishing defamatory posts against Leslie during the 2021 general election. The court awarded over $100,000 in damages, a landmark ruling highlighting the urgent need for responsible digital media and stronger protections against online defamation in Cayman. And then it signed K Street. Follow me on Twitter, X at Dr. Flo 316, hashtag victory for Leslie. Well, I need to know where this supposed judgment is. I know. How can someone misspell Sandra? Anthony, now you done know this woman. I got no sense, right? So I'm like, really? I'm going to pay this con artist $100,000? So I don't know why this person's confused, because the landmark victory was my court of appeal case a couple months ago that threw out the criminal conviction and allowed me to reinstate everything that I've ever said about this man. And trust me when I'm telling you, I have republished. I don't know if I republished the video, but might be time for me to republish the expose video as well. So when the person sent me this morning, I said, well, I don't know who this is. I mean, obviously this is stupid. It's false. I mean, $100,000, like really? I wouldn't give him one red cent, much as $100,000. No court has found any such thing. Like, I don't even know what this person's talking about. And the allegations had nothing to do with the 2021 general election. When was that? What year are we in? We're in 2025. Did he even run in 2021? I don't think he ran in 2021, right? Because my trial, the criminal trial that I just got the turnover, that was in 2020. So I don't even know what she's talking about. This is false on a number of different counts. Like, it don't make no sense. The dates don't align. I don't know. So I started to look at the page and try to figure out who the hell is this person? Like, I don't even know what's going on here. And I've discovered apparently this is that woman from the BRAC that runs every single election. Florence, what's her name? Florence Goring Noza or whatever. She claims that she has a PhD. It must be a PhD in stupidity. But here she is. She says that she's the advocate championing in for truth and progress. She says, up close and personal, Dr. Florence Goring Noza, D.div. I don't know what that stands for. She says she's a trailblazer. She is an advocate. She's a journalist. She's an author. She's an influencer. But can't get elected to public office. Not much we know. And then she goes on to talk about how she first ran for office in 2000, and she's been running ever since. And she made history as the first Black flight attendant, according to her, hired by Cayman Airways. What? I don't know what she's talking about. Anyway, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Hello, hello. No, I'm still on air. How are you?
I'm good, my love. I like you doing such a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you.
I hear you. And I really, this Christmas season, I want you to come and have a pedicure with us.
Oh, really?
Educated. Yeah.
Aww.
Tell me, when can you come?
You know, it's so funny because just today I was looking at my feet in the shower this morning thinking, ooh, I need to get myself a pedicure. I haven't seen you in a minute.
You forgot all of
I know. I need a good waxing and a pedicure, but we're not going to do the waxing today. Let me let me
whatever you like, you come.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, darling. I will call you.
You make appointment now.
Yeah, well, I gotta look up my schedule. So let me look up my calendar and then I'll call you, make an appointment.
Promise?
Yes,
This is my number.
I promise I'll call.
Okay.
Thank you so much, honey.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Aw, want to give me a free pedicure. Look at that. So apparently Florence is printing misinformation. I didn't even know anything about this K Street Journal, so this is news to me. But there you have it. She is, and by the way, stay tuned because we're going to give away some tickets for the we're going to do some ticket giveaways for the carnival. So stay tuned, stay tuned. Speaking of clowns, we got you covered. So this Dr. Goring Noza, again, claims that she has a doctorate in divinity from Carolina Christian University, go figure, and she has been recognized as a top-tier fundraiser for the RCIP in the Cayman Islands. Okay. The fundraising for the RCIPS? Don't they get millions of dollars from the government? They have fundraising for them? Claims that she's a respected civil leader, self-praise is no recommendation, served as co-chair of the Cayman Concerned Citizens Group. She goes on and on and on and on with all of this nonsense of what she claims to have done. Miss Florence, Miss Flojo, yeah. Okay, honey child, you're a legend in your own mind, clearly. She says that she was a former beauty pageant contestant. Oh my God, really? First runner-up in Miss Georgetown. Woo-hoo! Yes, sir, this is where it's at. Served as a featured stand-in radio talk show host at UCCI. UCCI had a talk show? Or is that ICCI? I think she's woefully confused. Confidently filling in for the iconic Cayman King of Talk, Val Lichtenstein. Who gave him that title? King of Talk. I mean, this thing it's a good riot. Go and have a look at it. It'll make you chuckle. And I don't know what she's going on and on about, and I don't know why she posted this, but you guys know me already. I like to go straight to the source. So I believe this woman has messaged me on more than one occasion. And so therefore, I believe that I have her phone number. So, I mean, it's 9:26. Somebody send me her number. I know she's messaged me before, so I should have the number, but somebody send it to me. Let's call this woman and ask her, since she talks about good journalism, where she's getting this fake news story from. Somebody said she's not from Cayman Brac. She's from Goring Avenue in Georgetown. She's the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Nellie Goring. Somebody said she's actually my cousin or family or something, because you know all Georgetowners really family. So this person says maybe. Oh, hold on. Let me get the source. Hold on. I'm getting the source now. This person says she's family to you. Florence Goring is family to you. She's pretty smart and a loud mouth like her cousin or brother, Frank. Who's Frank? She has a brother named Frank? She's a loud mouth like her cousin or brother, Frank. I sent the link. She's pretty much involved in our community because she's your cousin. What the hell? Anybody has cousin Flo's number then? Somebody else saying that she's my cousin. Well, y'all know I don't give two cahoots whether she's my cousin or mama or papa or who. But you have her number? Because she ran during the election. And I suspect that what this is all about is during the election, I said there's certain people that need to stop wasting the $1,000 and stop wasting their time running. And she is one of those people. I mean, I think the people of Cayman Brac have made it very, very clear that they have no interest in electing you to public office. So just stop running. Like, what do you keep running for? So I'm guessing that is why she is up in her feelings about this. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Somebody sent a number. And so I'm going to give her a call this morning because she needs to get her facts straight. You know, if you're going to publish something about me, the least you can do is make sure you get it straight. Because not for nothing, you know, at some point, like I said, we try to ignore fools. But when I have other people messaging me like, well, what is this all about? If there's any truth to this or whatever, I may have somebody say she now lives in the USA. She's totally confused. She did not run for Cayman Brac. She ran for Georgetown. Well, she said she was Miss Georgetown. So let me try calling her, because Flojo, honey child, you want to get yourself in some trouble with me if you're not careful. Because if you think the long arm of the law is going to protect you just because you're in the United States of America, you better think again. Because I got lawyers all over the place, and just to prove a point, I will deal with you if I need to. So let me call Flo, because clearly somebody must have told her we cousins and that I like her because she's my cousin. Mm-hmm. Don't get it twisted. I know, plain straight. I laughed at that too. The first black flight attendant. I'm like, okay. Okay, girl. Hello.
Yes, who's this?
Hi, good morning, Miss Florence.
Yes.
This is Sandra Hill, and I'm just calling in reference to something you posted up about 13 hours ago about some landmark case with Matthew Leslie. I'm just wondering where you got that from, because I certainly don't know anything about it, and neither do the courts.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have it on your own? You have it on your own site, don't you?
No, I have that I won a landmark court of appeal case against him. There's no court case where I was sued for $100,000 and he won against me and I owe him $100,000. So I'm going to make a suggestion, and I'm trying to be very, very respectful here, Miss Florence, that you take that down, because that is defamatory.
I can't talk to you right now. I'll have to get back to you later. Right now,
Yeah,
I'm very
but
busy.
you're gonna have to take it down, because I know you're in the States and there are lawyers in the States who'd be happy to serve you papers today. So I'm gonna give you half an hour to take that down, with all due respect. Right? Don't mess with me and my name.
I will talk with you later. Bye.
We don't have to talk. You just need to take it down. Talk about what? What is it that we need to talk about? What did she just say? That don't I have it up on my page? So that means that you read one story where I won a criminal case against Matthew. Well, it wasn't against him, it was against the Crown, because the Crown is the one who brings the case, but it was involving his fake accusations, right? That got thrown out. That was the landmark case. How do you go from that to this, claiming that I was defeated in court and victory for Matthew Leslie? And you're claiming that that's on my website? What kind of special weed you drinking, woman? Or smoking? That must be the special super grade stuff. She eating some special brownies. You see, don't mix my name up in no foolishness when it don't go so. I'm happy to take my licks. People can have their opinions about me. That's fine, whatever. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to blatantly post fake news and misinformation when it don't go so. So Florence Goring Naza, I'm going to suggest, like I said, you got 30 minutes, honey child. And if you think that I'm playing with you, and I got some people in the 786 area code, some lawyers that will ring you up today, I know you playing with the wrong nigga. Not this Georgetowner. No, honey child. It's not gonna be me. You better take care of business. What like I said, I'm trying to be respectful because maybe she's having some kind of amnesia, drug-induced, drinking problem. Like, I don't know what's going on with you. But you better fix it. You better fix it quick. You better ask Jesus to help you fix it real quick. Disgusting. Listen, I don't trifle with fools, you know. In fact, let me be very, very clear. It was such a landmark case. Let me give you all a little sample here of how landmark of a case it was, that even news media in the UK, look at this. Check this out. This Chambers law firm, of course, this is my lawyer, bless his little heart. They even ran a whole special on it. In June, they published this. Cayman Islands Court of Appeal quashes Sandra Hill's conviction for harassment. See it there? Bless Mr. Edward Fitzgerald KC. He brought it, and he brought it good. So, and again, it was in relation to something between February of 2019 and 2021. I don't even know what she's talking about. 2020, my apologies. I don't even know what she's talking about with the 2020 election. Florence, you got your stories all mixed up, and you're confused. And I don't know why you'd be posting it now, because this is old news from, when did this happen? June? So why this is even news now, only God knows. But you up in your feelings because I tell you, must stop wasting your money and stop wasting your time. I'm actually trying to help you save $1,000. Stop wasting your time in Kim Brat, running in the election every single time for the past 25 years. My God. And if y'all have, the funny thing is that after this whole Matthew Leslie thing, even before, I had people in Belize messaging and contacting me about, Miss Sandy, this man is scamming us here in Belize. And, we were told that you were the person who can help us. I said, you better start helping yourself. The reason why I go to such great lengths to expose all scammers, whether they are Caymanian or otherwise, is because, right? You all need to be cognizant. You need to be aware. Stop allowing people to take your hard-earned money, but you have to carry out certain due diligence on your own. It's not, I'm mixing her up with Maxine McCoy. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. But she not been running for office since then? I'm confused. Which one she is now? She not been running since 2020? Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm confusing her with somebody else. Morning, caller.
Yeah, I think you got her confused with somebody else. Seriously.
So she don't morning, Carrie. She not the one that running in the BRAC?
No, you're thinking about Maxine.
Oh,
Maxine
shoot.
ran repetitively.
So
You're thinking about Max. She went from west to east, and it was west, then east. No, they're not her. She live, where what's that building name? That one on Mary Street there. You just, but
so she
Florence
hasn't
between
ran for office.
Not in Cameron Brack. I think she ran in Georgetown one time before they put it in. They split Georgetown into the 4 different sections. Before that came into effect, one man, one vote. I recall seeing her on the ballot one election year, and I was like, me vote for her? Absolutely not. I voted for Drew instead.
My apologies to Miss McCoy. It don't look like I want confused. Okay, but I don't really know who she is, because I thought that's who it was.
No, man. This Florence, she from right down Mary Street, man.
So she's a Georgetowner.
Between Zephyr House and Solomon Groceries is where she from.
Oh, I
She a
see.
Tona.
Yeah,
A
yeah, yeah.
Tona to her core.
Yeah.
And she
Should
ran,
be
if
family,
I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, she ran the first time on the ticket, the first year that I guess it might be in the elections office on their website, but I think she ran the same year that Frank McField ran. The first time he ran in Georgetown, I believe she will run in that same year. If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, Cabin with politics from having ponytails, so I can afford to tell you. But she did run, but she didn't run for Kim and Brack.
Not Kim and Brack. Okay, I confused her, Miss
No,
Nixon.
no,
Miss
she wouldn't get in anyway.
McCoy. Yeah, I'm confusing her, Miss
Yeah.
McCoy.
You're
Okay, so
getting her
here,
mixed up, Maxine.
yeah, here's a picture of her, I guess, back in her younger days.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Carrie. I appreciate
All right,
it.
no problem. Okay, bye.
Yeah, my apologies to Miss McCoy. I mean, yeah. Okay, so I have them confused. Well, I don't even know who the hell she is then. Well, she says she's a journalist? Florence Goring is a fucking idiot, says this person. She was one of the first flight attendants at Cayman Airways and was bringing in cocaine. She should be in jail, damn fool. Snaps, allegedly. Miss Florence, like I told you, you got 30 minutes, boo-boo. You better make them fingers hurry up and do their job. Because if you think that we gonna sit down and, like I said, she sounds a little bit crazy now that I'm trying to put it all together. Like, who the hell? Oh my God. Nosa? So isn't Florence Frank McField's sister? I don't know. I have no clue who she is. What's going on with Lavelle? Oh my God. She heard she had court again this week. Lord Jesus. I'll check with her court reporter, but she ran in Georgetown, Frank McField's sister. You're mixing her up with Maxine McCoy Moore. My apologies, Miss Maxine from Little Cayman that runs in every election. She ran once in Georgetown. She's Frank's sister? Lie you tell. So definitely she's a cousin. So how is she a Goring though? Where'd she get Goring from and not a McField? Different baby daddies? I mean, different fathers? Oh, family drama. I wonder if she'll be coming to the McField family reunion that's coming up. So I didn't even know that he had a sister, that she was his sister. This woman? Okay. Well, y'all know more than me, child. What you said? I'm a cousin? Cousin or not, she better get her shit right. Apparently someone says she's written a book. Native Florence goes digital with her book 1 and 1 is 2. Back in 2012. Okay. She's from Goring Avenue, Georgetown, Sheldon Brown people. What a hot mess. Jesus would not rest with them. She's looking to get views from it and get money from the views, but these people need to go out and work. But I don't know her and her age. Okay. Someone says, no, I've not seen her around for a long time. I thought she went back to the States to live. Well, she is. Some of these people like to father in their little groups and talk about people, especially if one don't like you. Then they all go along with the BS. They don't get the chance to know the person personally. Poor thing, looking clout. I don't know she was still here. So no, she's in the States, but again, the knuckle, okay. So I don't know who she is. Closely in line with the degree in BSing. All right, let me see here now. All right, well, Florence, sort your shit out. That's all I can tell you. Don't make me make another phone call, you know. The first one, I'm nice. The second one, it not gonna quite go so. I mean, the nerve of telling people that oh, this is why we need to have accountability in media when you can't even get your shit right yourself. Oh, you published it, didn't you? No, I didn't, bitch. Poor her. She doesn't look like she's playing with a full deck. Sort it out, girl. Sort it out. She probably got a little touch of dementia or something, poor thing. I don't know why she's so confused. All right, Carrie, Karen Nixon, thank you so much. Says Florence is from Goring Avenue. She's a daughter of Melvin Goring. She's not Frank's sister. Lord, thank you. I don't know who she is. I have no clue who she is. So that's what I was saying. Wouldn't she be a MacField? That MacField's not hiding. Her father is Melvin Goring, says Kate Bush. Thank you. Brothers are Ted and Huxley. Sister Virginia grew up in Georgetown, Goring Avenue, which obviously the last name, the street was named after that family. Her brother, says Miss Sonia, is Loxley Goring, and I don't know him either. Oh, maybe she's cousin. Carrie says, no, she's Frank's cousin. So she probably is a cousin somewhere mix up, because I think we all family, we all from Georgetown, you know, but I don't really care, woman. Just get your facts straight. Not like many people saw the post anyway, but at least we know one person saw it. So just fix it, woman. Mirstar says, oh boy, you done gone caused that woman stutter herself into becoming so busy she can't speak and hung up. Isn't that funny how people they're not busy, they're not doing nothing because the answer is a freaking phone. And then when I start to set them straight, same thing with Mario, all of a sudden, I'm busy. I got something to do. And I'm like, bitch, really? You ain't had nothing to do but because you answered the phone. Uh-huh. No, sir. Her grandfather's C.J. Henry Goring. I don't know who the hell these people are. But like I said, don't mix me up. Don't cause no trouble, and there won't be no trouble. Don't mix me up in your foolishness. Get it straight. She looked like she's lonely with her cats. Was she holding that cat? Somebody sent me a picture of her with a cat, right? And the cat looks like, what the fuck? Oh, C.J. Henry Goring owned or operated Goring Secondary School in Cayman. I don't know who the frig these people are. This cat picture got me laughing, though. Hold on. Everybody's sending me all the stuff now, all the goods on this woman. Here we go. It's like people just think just because I'm in media that they can just take a shot. You know, like, oh, we can just make up shit. Look at the cat. Look at the poor cat's expression. The cat's like, what the fuck, lady? Put me down. Oh, my God. Mary Starr says she assumed herself into disgrace. Take that, Sandy. Had no right telling that woman save her little money. Turns out it wasn't even her. So I don't even know what she's up in her feelings about. But she'll be fine. But you don't get to post misinformation about people like that, right? 13 hours ago, you ain't got nothing better to do than to make up shit about me. So you read a story, but you read it wrong? I don't understand. Lord Jesus. Mr. Ransford, good morning. You all right? He says, plenty of us call you Sandy. No, she misspelled the name Sandra. She had 2 S's. I do not know how that is even possible. Oh, my God. Mr. Ranford said, in Jamaica, if the women too black, they can't get the puntango cell. Really? I mean, I didn't think most men probably cared too much about that. I mean, you know, come on now. What a hot mess. They're concerned about the wrong things. All right, Miss Floring, fix yourself, fix your face, and fix your cat, and fix your situation. My dear Miss Sandy, that woman is trouble. She's 100% confused. Don't waste your time and breath. Miss Sandra, this is Maxine Moore that ran for Cayman Brack and Little Cayman. She's not Florence. My apologies to Miss Maxine this morning. No, she ran about 2 times. She never ran for Cayman Brack. She's a Goring from Goring Avenue, and she is not from Mary Street. Thanks for the intel. Now we know who she is. She has American citizenship or what? Let me go check her out online now, because y'all know once I start digging online, you're in trouble. I hope you know. Don't have no bankruptcies. Goring Noza, that's her name. Let me see where she's at. Yeah, she's written a couple little books, look like, that going for sale for $6 at £6 on Amazon. She claims she's an author. She's on LinkedIn. She claims that she's an author of 8 books. Mess with her. Here she is, an offshore alert after First Home Banking Limited took her to court, not paying that mortgage. Oh boy. She also claims that Cayman Brack had a brothel. She put that up a year ago. Carrie, she must have stolen your posts. Let me see here. So she seems to like to post stuff on sorry. Budget Rent-A-Car also sued her. You better worry about who's suing you, woman. That's what you better worry about. Budget Rent-A-Car sure not suing me. The bank not suing me, girl. Why you don't get your life together first before you be trying to talk nonsense about other people? I'm just saying. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it. Let me sign into my offshore alert account, because y'all know I'm a subscribee. Yeah, I got a paid membership because I need to be looking at y'all court cases. Let me log in. Here we go. Offshore alert. Remember me. Keep me logged in, honey chill. Well, yep. Grand Court. Budget Rent-A-Car. What do you know? What do you know? Let's see how many other lawsuits she got here. Oh, here's another one. Or was that the Cayman National Bank also sued her? Lord, how many people suing you? Multiple banks. The car rental place. Okay. Let me go to my other website and see what she's doing in the States. Okay. Just give me a second. 786 area code, you say? Okay. Let me see here now. Let me log in to my research site. Okay. All right. Let me see here now. 786. Here she is. Dania, Florida. Dania Beach. Related to Melvin Noza. We have a phone number, email address. She has Oklahoma City connected to her. We can get the full report on her here this morning. She goes by Florence N. Goring, Florence Goring Noza, related to Melville Ted Huxley Noza. That's the husband that she married. And yes, we have some records here. Let's see. We shall get a full report this morning. Look at that. Just like that, honey chow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we'll be pulling the full report on you and see what you've been up to in Dania Beach. Mm-hmm. Address, phone number, Melville. Uh-huh. Okay. Dania Beach. Let's get the full report, shall we? Yes. We'll go ahead and pull the full report on her. Yep. Just give me a second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, report is coming through, coming through. Soon have it in my little hands. All right, she'll learn to behave herself soon enough. Dania, it's Dania Beach? Or Dania Beach? Dania Beach. Dania Beach? I don't know. She probably got the wrong Sandra. Well, I mean, she named me by name and put on my picture. So I can't imagine that you would go to that trouble and still get it wrong. I think she likes being involved in politics. That don't make no sense. She's all kind of confused. Involved in politics or not, that don't make no sense. So we have multiple, we have her Yahoo email address. We've got a different phone numbers for her. We got up to 4 phone numbers. We have her actual address now on 5th Street, 5th Court. Other addresses, she lived in Miami, Florida from 2014 to 2021, Oklahoma City, Dania Beach. Is it Dania Beach? We have that address. Yep. We got all the addresses, all the phone numbers, everything. Let me see. She's related to some Forbes Dawkins in Texas. That's an associate. Cheyenne Calderon in North Miami. Okay. Her neighbors, we know who they are. Mm-hmm. Woman, sort yourself out. Do yourself a favor. Like I said, you got 30 minutes. No, sir. These people, what a bunch. What a pint. Only God knows. All right, folks, let me just see. What, Florence, did you? Oh, she owes that money for the boat to sail. So the boat has not left Cayman? Okay, we need to get to the bottom of that. We'll get to the bottom of that. All right. Let me see. Okay. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to ask you if you receive any Foster's gift card for donation this year. Things are a bit tight for me and my family at the moment. And if there's any available, I would be truly grateful. All right, let's see what we can do. We will see. Okay. All right, folks, that's all we got today. Tomorrow, we're going to hopefully have some government folks on. I'm just waiting on them to confirm. There's been some questions about the port and the crane that came in. So somebody called me, they raised a number of questions. Oh, that was the video I was trying to play earlier, but unfortunately, I can't get access to that drive. I think after the show, I'll restart my computer and maybe that might help. I'm not sure. But tune in tomorrow morning early because we're going to have them on the show and they're going to answer all of these criticisms and questions that we have surrounding this new port crane. Okay, so we'll get to the bottom of that. And yeah, so in the meantime, I appreciate all of you guys bringing me up to par and who. Oh, Miss Flo is here. She says the article has been removed. I apologize for the earlier post as the source provided was misleading. It wasn't misleading. It was completely wrong. I don't know who told you that information. Once the inaccuracy became clear, the content was taken down immediately. No further concerns. Please verify, because this was something that was, if this was such a landmark case, as you said in your post, and it was so easy to, I'm the easiest person in the world to Google, Miss Florence. Just Google me and you'll see that the landmark case was me winning a case. Nobody ain't got one dime ever from me. And I mean that, not a single dime. So let's just be clear on what it is that we're doing when we want to post up things. And I don't know why this would be relevant when that trial was all the way in June. It's kind of late in the day. But I don't take kindly to inaccuracies where you could have easily just used Google. Like, Google is your friend, right? You said I published it. That's completely false. I never published any such thing. No one has published that, because it's just, that story is completely fabricated. So I don't know what source you're relying on, but you need to be careful when people try to bring you news and information. I myself, I'm in media, so I understand the responsibility. Sometimes we get it wrong. So I'm going to accept your apology and appreciate you taking it down. Just don't make it happen again. I'm a very easygoing person the first time. If it happens again, then we have a problem. Okay, honey chill. All right. I mean, I don't want to have any further discussion on it. Let's consider it done. And have a pleasant day, Miss Florence. All right, beautiful people. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to discuss the whole port situation and about this crane, because there were some questions that were answered, or asked, I should say, and they have been answered in fairness to the Port Authority. And so we're happy to have them come on the program and explain exactly, what they say is inaccuracies that have, now been put out in the public domain. So we did a little lunch and learn segment. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but if you haven't, checked your social media pages where we kind of broke it down as well. Okay. So thank you guys. Tune in tomorrow, 7:30, and we will get you all the details. We actually have some of the port guys on the show, and they're going to be hopefully answering all of your questions. And on that note, we will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.